Hello, my beautiful people. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for clicking. Thank you so much for subscribing. Today, we're going to cook a Sudanese delicacy. It's a traditional delicacy, okay? It's a dry catfish. You can use any fish, to be honest, but now I choose to use a catfish today. I'm washing it with warm water and salt because I don't know where they manufacture this catfish. Wash it with warm water and with salt, like maybe 2 3 times or 10 times. For me, I tend to wash things 10 times. This is traditional South Sudanese delicacy, strictly South Sudanese, strictly Africans, nothing from outside. I'm going to wash spinach right now. This is a supplement to black eyed beans, if you know it. So I'm showing the ingredients on a dry fish, catfish, 2 onions, and then 3 garlic and stock cube, which is chicken, and roughly chopped tomatoes, like 3 or 4, and then the spinach. So the ingredients are very basic. It's nothing. Sudanese food is very basic but tasty. We don't mix ingredients. We solely cook ingredients respectively. So please add your dry catfish, add the tomatoes, add all the ingredients there, the stock cube. Please do not add oil because the sesame seed has oil already. It's like a sesame butter. Sesame butter has already oil. Do not add anything. Yes, so this is after a while of cooking. Add some water, and now we are preparing our spinach. Do not boil your spinach, just put it there and steam it. And check it, please. Like, I steam it for 2 3 minutes. It doesn't take that long to steam. You can steam it in its own water or liquid or juice. So now we're going to add cold water. As you know, if you live in South Sudan, the black eye beans leaves are very green even if you cook it. So run it with cold water to keep it green. So you don't want a brown spinach, and wash it both and squeeze the excess water. After you're done squeezing, just put it on your chopping board and start chopping. You don't need to chop it thinly or small pieces. You can chop it anyhow. You can freestyle. In this cooking, there's no perfect way. You can just change it to your own taste, your own flavor. You change. You can put a different even greens. You can put even colored green. That's the American one. Or you can put even any green you want, Zukuma wiki, if you know that, those who came through Kenya. So you can put Zukuma wiki for this, but it will not taste good. Even kale, that's the best one you can actually add to this, is kale. So kale will be the best, but I didn't have time to go and buy the kale, so I added the spinach. Spinach a little bit softer. Yeah, spinach a little bit softer. Kale is the best. If you have kale where you are, doesn't matter what corner of the universe you are. If there's kale, you can use it. If there's no kale, just use the spinach. If there's no spinach, just use the dish as it is. Right now, we're going to prepare the sesame butter. The sesame butter, I didn't cold press it myself, but next time I will process it myself so you know how to do it. But currently I'm using tahina. Tahina, you can just buy it from the Arab shops. If you're a Lebanese shop, let me just say Lebanese shop, maybe not all the Arab cook with tahina. We have plenty of Lebanese shop here. You can buy it from any market. You can use it. Just add a little bit of water and keep stirring it. We need like a really not soft texture, not so hard. It's very It's just in the middle, in between hard and soft, literally. And it's not difficult to make it. You don't even need to add water to texture it. It's just me. I like texture one. That's what back home, that's what I observe from the people, the chefs, traditional chef back in South Sudan. They do it this way, This is how they do it. They texture it. But that one, they press it with the stone. If you live in the village, they press with the stone, the one you grind. You use your hands to grind it. If you someone who grew up a little bit there, back in the mountain, it doesn't matter what part of Sudan you are. People use stone to grind things. But now, modern days, they use tahora. Tahora is a machine that grind peanut butter or even sesame butter, even the grains like corns, maize, so the older machines now are there present in South Sudan. So only a few people still are preserving the traditional way of grinding things, the stone. Oh, that one tastes so good. So yeah, let me not take you guys back to our ancestors, the way they used to live. So yeah, so there's always story behind everything. Now that's the texture. So now we're gonna see if what we have done cooked. You see that? You can even cook. You can even eat that sauce there. You can eat it that with bread, with the cedar, So after you're done mixing that the sesame butter, now you have to take little pieces. It doesn't have to be little. It can be big. You can use whatever shape you want. It's freestyling. There's no correct way to cook traditional South Sudanese food or Sudan or South Sudanese dishes in general. Everything you're freestyling as you go. You adjust the taste according to your own taste. If you like too much chili, you add too much chili. If you like less chili, you add small chili. If you want too much salt, you add your own salt. So that's what it is. Our traditional dishes are extremely simple. We use 2 ingredients or 3 or 4 ingredients to make sure it is delicious. So we don't mix things here and there. No, everything is respected. So after that, I think I cook it for 5 to 10 minutes. So this is what I observed because I didn't add water. I just cooked the sesame butter with the sauce water, and it's a bit thick. You don't need to pour the water straight away because you are cooking gently. This kind of dish, you need to be patient. If you not so much patient person, or you're gonna get it really wrong. So you need to be patient. Add a little bit. You know how I add water right now? You add little water and you keep adding water and stir it and see. So right now it's not yet ready. Like literally the sesame butter is loose. It's not holding one another, and the oil is not yet surfaced. The sesame oil not yet surfaced. That means your sesame butter is not yet cooked. As you can see right now, later you will see the cooked one and not yet cooked. After 5 to 10 minutes, you add another water and you keep stirring, keep stirring because you're gonna get stick. Like this kind of dish is very sticky. Remember the okra, the traditional okra soup I cooked? That one is similar to this. You have your eyes need to be there constantly. Your hands need to stir it constantly, like every 1 minute, even 3-4 seconds, and the heat should be at least 4-5 should be the temperature of your cooking. If you're in the village, you can just use the normal cooking, but you need to take some of the wood out in order for you to cook it. So the pot was small, so I'll transfer it to a bigger one, so you give it more room to cook. So we didn't add another water. We're going to cook it like this. The texture is not even thick. It's not thick. It's not watery. At this stage, I cook it for about 15 to 30 minutes. You see, this sesame butter already. This dish, the sesame butter is already cooked. You see, it's already splitting and the oil surface. Oh, you see that color? Beautiful. What a beautiful color. Hi. When I tasted it, I just don't want to add the spinach in it anymore. I just want to eat it that way. But because I'm cooking, I need to show you guys what you can add as a vegetables, But I was already hungry. It was already 12 o'clock here. 12 p.m. already, nearly past my lunch time. So I'm like, oh no, let me just show you guys how to add the spinach on top. Well, it was already tasty. Tasty. As I told you guys, add your own amount of salt that you like, amount of like chicken stock you want. For me, 2 is enough because the chicken stock are salty. It's literally made of salt and other ingredients, so you can add according to your taste. You can even add more spices, but for me, I just want to leave this dish as traditional as it is. You put little ingredients, but the taste is beyond. It's like you add a ton of spices. These kind of dishes, most African traditional dishes, Sudanese in general, they're very simple delicacies, traditional delicacies. They don't add so many things. So after you add your spinach, leave it for 15 minutes, then you stir it. Okay, you stir it. Look at that. After you stir, allow it to stay for a little bit, while you're preparing whatever bowl you have. Now you're going to you're going to dish it out. Oh man. You see, the spinach is still as green, and the sesame butter is just cooked. That texture. If you don't got that you didn't get it, that kind of texture, that means your sesame butter not yet cooked. Please, cook it very, very nice. You can even add your own chili. I add a little bit chili powder on it. You can add your own chili. It was delicious. Oh my god, my people, don't forget to subscribe, please. Subscribe, share. If you share it, the more people will know, the more people will watch and even subscribe. Let that pass the knowledge of our traditional dishes to our friends and family. People can even cook it for themselves, for family. The kids can even learn how to cook it, like back home. It's very important. Since we're living in the Western world, it's totally different, but learning our traditional dishes is very important for our children. Thank you so much for watching.